Hey guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 1v1 replay analysis versus AyyJayy. And if you guys aren't familiar with myself or AyyJayy, I'm from Europe and I'm a top ones player, and AyyJayy is from North America and he's a top 1v1 player. And usually if we wanted to play against each other, we would have to, or one of us would have to play on high ping, and we would be lagging. It wouldn't be a fair game. But recently there's been an RCS LAN, and what a LAN is where players from all over the world, they travel to one place to play an event, and in that case everyone is near each other. You can all play on low ping and then everyone gets fair games. And if we look at the ping here, I'm on 24 ping. For some reason it says AyyJayy's on 0 ping. Not sure what's going on there, but he's going to be on like 20 ping maybe, or maybe he actually is on 0 ping, who knows. But yeah, we're going to get a fair matchup here. No one's lagging, and this video is going to be a very in-depth analysis. So if this isn't your style of content, then I recommend clicking away now. You know, I can't please anyone, but I can't please everyone, sorry, but I know a lot of people would love this style of content. And when I say in-depth, I mean it's going to be it's probably going to be like a 20-minute video, hopefully, on one game. We're going to be going into a lot of replays, into a lot of different scenarios, and I'm going to be explaining all the little different things, because AyyJayy is an extremely good player. I like to think I'm an extremely good player, so there's a lot of stuff that I don't really get to talk about in my regular replay analysis videos because there isn't enough time. But I decided to dedicate a whole video to one game, so let's get into it. We've already wasted 2 minutes. Let's start with this kickoff and see what happens in this 1v1. It's Europe versus North America. Everyone wants to see it. And the kickoff goes slightly in AyyJayy's favour. And I'm going to do a very, very small kickoff tutorial. Now, I've been saying I'll do a kickoff tutorial for quite a while. Still in the works, guys. But this kickoff, the reason AyyJayy wins this is because he's covering slightly more of the ball throughout the whole interaction of the 50. So what I mean by that is the person who wins the 50 will be the person who has the most surface area covered on the ball whilst having the most momentum going through the ball. That's what I think a 50-50 is like, and don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong, but throughout all my years of experience of playing Rocket League and years of ones where lots of 50s happen, what I've discovered is that is my description of who will win a 50. That's how I think 50s happen. So he does that, he flips at the perfect time, and he gets more momentum going through this ball, and his car carries along with that momentum, so he'll have the first play. And he goes in the air, and what I do here is I try to fake a challenge. So that little drive up onto the ceiling and then back down onto my backboard. You'll tend to see a lot of high level 1v1 players, especially in this game mode. They will challenge the ball off the ceiling because it's a very quick way to get to the ball, and you can do it very fast and it will surprise the attacker. So what I try to do is go one step further by faking that challenge, so AyyJayy hits the ball away and I'll get an easy save. So now AyyJayy doesn't fall for that because he's expecting that. He goes one step further. He says, look, I know I've been playing against players that do this all the time. You know, I'm not falling for this one in this attack. So he's going to go low and I go down to meet him and I get the save. So now I know I can't pressure this ball. I'm going to be taking my time to get these pads because I'm on high boost, but I want to get more boost. I always want to be on 100, you know. So I want to get as many pads as I can. I don't need to pressure this ball because I can't. AyyJayy has a free ball on the wall. I don't want to take myself out of the play. So I'm just going to wait for him to come to me. Good 50 there. And take my time with this ball. I'm just going to fake him out. And I flip into the ball at a certain time here. So I'm faking him out. I'm not going for the 50 right yet. I'm just, I'm not going for the 50 just yet. I can't speak English. I'm waiting for him to hit the ball. So the reason I start to flip here is because you'll notice that AyyJayy is falling down. His car is coming to the ground. That means he can't flip anymore because he's spent quite a while in the air, so his flip timer has ran out. So he can't get any more added momentum through the ball. What we see of AyyJayy's car right now going into the ground is what momentum he will have throughout the whole play right now until he boosts. And he can't really boost because he'll boost away from the ball. He's going to get an even worse 50. So I know if I push momentum through this ball with my car, I will win this 50 and I will score because I'm pushing the ball in the direction of the goal using my flip. I'm flipping to the right. A diagonal right flip is pointed to his goal. So this is going to go right on target here, or it's going to go perfectly for me to score. And that is kind of the level of like you know, 50s that happen at this rank. We wait for the person to have no chance of scoring, or have no chance of getting a good 50, and then we attack the 50. And that's why you have to think about 50s in that way. So this 50 here, I need to get a perfect 50. If I don't get a perfect 50, I concede. You know, AyyJayy dunks me, the ball just goes into my net because he's got a lot of momentum going through this ball. I know that I need to keep on boosting throughout this whole challenge to get enough momentum, else I'm just going to lose. So what we do here is, obviously AyyJayy comes off the ceiling, he flips, and he's about to dunk this ball. I need to get my car perfectly in line with this ball. So if we go to free cam here, you'll see that I've pretty much done that here. My car is pretty much perfectly in line with this ball. You've got to remember as well that I'm flipping in that direction, meaning my car is going to like follow the ball in its direction. So that's going to get even more touches, if that makes sense. So AyyJayy isn't flipping because he's just landed off the ceiling. He's used his flip. So what his momentum is right now is all the momentum he's going to have throughout this entire play. Like I spoke on the last 50 where we scored, his momentum change is done. He can't change his momentum. I can change momentum by flipping. So I flip, so I carry on with the ball and I get the save and I get a really good 50 that puts us back into the play without conceding. So that one right there, it's difficult 50 to go for, but you know, it's what you have to do to save that ball really. This play in the corner, I get him off the ball, I go for the bump, and I just know now that all I need to do is speed up this ball as fast as I can to counter attack. So I'm not even going to worry about, you know, how much boost I have in the corner. I just want to get a touch on that ball as fast as possible and then get a shot off as quickly as I can, and we scored the counter attack there. Puts us at 2-0 on the scoreboard. Loads of time left in 1v1. Good kickoff there. Again, it's the same as the last play. In the corner, I want to speed up this ball as fast as I can, and I actually get a little bit complacent here. So what was going through my head at this time, I remember exactly what's going through my head. I don't want to jump and flip into this ball because it's riskier. It's a harder shot to do to score this, but I get too complacent. I should have done that, because if I jumped here and flipped, I would have scored. I wouldn't have gotten demoed. I would have avoided it. But because I try and drive into it to take the safe shot, I get slightly caught off guard. Or like, you know, he catches me just at the right moment. Literally, that is pixels from going into his net, and he gets the demo last second. So really good demo, but I should have jumped and flipped, and I should have played that off my instincts there instead of like thinking about it a little bit too much. So this defense right here is right. So here, the only thing that AyyJayy can do to get a play on this ball right at this moment in the next 1 second is jump and go and take the ball in the air. So what I do is I jump to match that, and you know, I jump slightly after him, but if I have the reaction time to jump right as I see him to do that, then I have insane reaction time. This was kind of a pre-jump. I would count this as a pre-jump because my reaction times aren't that quick. You know, I decided to jump, but I made the conscious decision to jump before he did. So I jump at the same time, I get the block. Let's say, I'm sure a lot of you will be thinking of like, okay Jack, but what if he doesn't jump here, then you float him? The reason being that would still be fine is because he can't make a fast enough play on the ball to get past me by the time I land. I would have enough time whilst floating in the air to land and then recover and still be in the play and still be in front of the ball to challenge him, or behind the ball rather, if it depends where you're looking at. I'd still be on the ground to defend by the time he gets to my net, but I jump, I meet him in the air, and I get a perfect block. And the only reason I'm boosting here is just to apply pressure on the ball. I know that he's going to be trying to take it back. I just want to be here right with him. Get his boost. Go for a play off the ceiling. Kind of missed my shot, but I'm trying to time that spawn for the boost. I didn't get it. It looks like AyyJayy got it right at the perfect moment, so I've got a defender. I'm just waiting to see what he does. I'm just shadowing him. If you look here from his angle, so when you're shadowing, you want to be perfectly behind the ball. I mean, actually, no. Don't listen to me there. There's a lot of different shadowing you can do, but this play right here, I want to be perfectly behind the ball because when I do that, AyyJayy can't see me, so he can't react to what I'm doing. he has to play perfectly off his own instinct. So he can't see what I'm doing, whether I'm jumping, whether I'm really close to the ball or far away. If I'm perfectly behind the ball and his car, he won't be able to see that because the ball is blocking his vision. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I think I do it like right there. Yeah, he can't see anything. He can't see my car because I've perfectly placed it behind the ball and his car. And now that gives me a way easier time to deal with this save. I just have to double jump right as he shoots. Here, I'm just waiting for him, because I trust my reaction time in that. I trust my saves and my goalkeeping, and I just wait for him to give me the ball and I score the counter-attack. So it's a lot of patience from me in this game so far. I'm just kind of chilling, playing the perfect challenges and the really good defense, and just waiting for him to give me a good counter-attack opportunity. Wave dash kickoff from AyyJayy here. A really good kickoff for you guys to get used to. Perfectly recovers, and when you jump into the ball, it's the same as flipping. You just don't get as much momentum on the ball, but the reason it works is because the kickoff is a standstill position. The ball isn't moving, the ball doesn't have any momentum, so it works because you can just jump into it. And as long as you jump at the right time, your car won't kick up, because the ball's momentum and the opponent's car's momentum going into your car will push your car down, if that makes sense. So your car will stay grounded. You can just use your second jump to flip to wave dash, so you get a quick recovery on the kickoff. That, he scores a goal just because of that wave dash kickoff. Obviously, he did a really good play in the air as well, but that wave dash kickoff, man, it's deadly. It's deadly. He fakes a kickoff, but he doesn't get a hard enough hit into his corner here. That touch there, he wants it to go into his corner so he can grab the boost and the ball, but it doesn't go too far. I know that I can catch that and use the 12 boost that I gained on that pad to score that net. So I just do that. We get a cheap little goal, a little bit of a mistake from AyyJayy, but we always take those, of course. Good kickoff from me. Amazing play here. This play, guys, it's so underutilized. Shooting in Rocket League, especially 1v1, it's so useful. The reason being is because obviously if you get a really good shot, you probably score. If you don't get a good shot, it applies pressure onto the opponent, where they have to use boost to get the save, and they have to sometimes waste their position. If you do a shot that's good enough where the opponent has to land inside of their net after they touch the ball, so they can't recover, they can't hit the ball to the side and carry on with it, you will have a free ball, probably a boost grab and a boost steal, which starves your opponent. And over time, if you keep shooting and doing the cycle where you shoot, grab the boost and the ball, shoot, grab the boost and the ball, over time your opponent's going to be using more boost whilst you're staying on 100 boost, and then they're going to get starved, and they're going to get to a time where on 0 boost, and then you just hit a simple shot over them and they can't save it anymore. And that's why shooting is so good. It's so simple, it doesn't waste your position. And one thing that is really good about shooting, which nobody talks about, is because you're taking the shot and the person in that has to react to it, you will land quicker than them. So if you jump before your opponent, obviously you're going to land before your opponent does. And that's what shooting and saving is. You're jumping before your opponent is because you're taking the shot, and your opponent jumps after you. So by the time they're touching the ball, you've already landed. You can decide what you want to do, and then you can go take that boost, whatever. So you have much more time and space to decide what you want to do. Look, I've landed by the time the ball is crossing the net. If he gets a touch, I've already landed, and then I can just recover way faster than him. But back to like this actual shot. AyyJayy thinks I'm dribbling here, probably because the reason we know that AyyJayy thinks I'm dribbling here is because, well, mainly because I do this a lot. Like, it always works. When you slow down, people think you're dribbling, and the reason we can tell that AyyJayy thinks we're dribbling is because he slows down in the corner. He's not covering his net here, because in his mind he's going, oh, I don't have to cover my net. Look, he stops boosting because he doesn't even expect a shot here. He can't react quick enough to my jump because I'm jumping. I've left the ball to fall so far where I don't have to jump that much to take a shot, and it's done in such a short amount of time where AyyJayy can't even react to it. He can't even start boosting right now for the save because his reaction times aren't that quick to do. Like, no one's reaction times are quick enough to do that. So as soon as he recognizes the shot it's coming, it's too late. The ball's past him. And we'll watch this entire play from his perspective and then mine once again. Look how fast that shot comes in. And then if we look at it from mine, look how far I let the ball drop before taking the shot. and I just airroll into it. It's done in a tenth of a second. That ball is in the air and then flying into his net. Like, it's such a good play, and I really recommend getting used to that style of play where you just jump slightly and get so much power on the ball with an air roll. It's like extremely useful. So this wave dash here onto the wall, it's quicker than driving up the wall because you're cutting out the time that you're driving up the wall. It's as simple as it sounds. So you jump on the wall to cut that time off and you get to the backboard quicker. And this was to cover AyyJay's aerial play, because he could have took this off the corner and go for a flip reset or an air dribble in the air, because I know AyyJayy likes his air plays. So I cover that high option. He recognises that I'm going high, so he goes low, so I go low to match him, and I just jump and get the save. And it's just really good defense from me there. I'm just matching exactly what he's doing and just playing one step ahead almost, so he can't do whatever he wants to do. He has to be forced into his second option in his second hand. And when you force your opponent into their second hand, they're not expecting to have to do that. They're not going to be thinking straight. They're not going to be executing the shot straight, and you're going to have an easier time to defend that play. So that's exactly what I've done. I'm just matching him, saying like, look, whatever you do, I'm going to be right there, and I'm going to go to your boost and give you an open net. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I've just done. No matter what I've said this video, no matter how much detail I can go into, there's nothing that I can say that's going to excuse that play from me right there. I got a little bit greedy for that boost, and happens to everyone. And then a little flick, easy little flick off the dribble, off the kickoff rather. If we look, I win the kickoff. So the reason I want to flick this ball early is the same reasoning as why you want to shoot, as I explained earlier. So if we remember back to earlier, I said when you shoot the ball, you will land before your opponent does because you're jumping before they do. So when I flick this ball, I will land before AyyJayy even jumps for the ball, probably to make the save. So the intention on this flick, right, is one, if he challenges me early, the ball will go over him because he won't be able to reach it, and I would have flicked it before he can even challenge me, and that's a goal. Two, if I flick this and he doesn't challenge me, he's on low boost. We know he's on low boost because he's just gone for the kickoff. So he's going to be getting back to the net, trying to get boost, and then he has to make a save, which he has to use boost to get. So I know that if I flick the ball, I will land before he does. He has to make the save, and whilst he's making that save, I can go for his right corner boost because the ball is going in the right direction. That's where the ball will be coming back to me. So I position myself in the right corner and grab his 100 boost. AyyJayy will be on maximum of 20 boost if he's done really well, and I will have a free ball or probably a free challenge, or at least a contest on the ball where I have 100 boost and AyyJayy has 20. And that's the entire sequence of this one flick if AyyJayy doesn't challenge me. But because he does challenge me, obviously the first option which we talked about this flick, it just goes over and we get a goal. But let me map out what I was explaining for the second option. Let's go on into a little bit more detail and explain it thoroughly so you guys understand, because obviously the play which I was talking about didn't happen because AyyJayy challenged me. He didn't choose the option to defend. So let's go to free cam and pretend like he does defend this one instead of challenging. So I flick the ball, AyyJayy will be here, he will probably jump for this ball up to here, and I would have already landed. So I go to his corner. Because the ball is going in this direction, look, it's going in that direction, AyyJayy is not going to be able to get a save over to this corner. And if he does, because he's changing the direction of the ball with not a lot of speed, I will probably be able to grab that corner, boost all the way to this corner and grab his boost before he can get there and recover off the backboard, because that's the only way he'd be able to get down. So the best play for AyyJayy to make is go to that corner, because it's what he can do. When you're hitting the ball in an opposite direction that it's going, it's difficult to get more speed and to recover faster. You basically have to use more boost and you have to have momentum, which he doesn't have off the kickoff. So he's going to hit the ball into the right corner is the bottom line. He hits the ball into the right corner, maybe he lands with it. I've got 100 boost, I would have positioned around here by now, and he would have the ball here, and I'd have a free challenge or a free dribble play if he doesn't catch it with 100 boost while he's defended with 20. And that's why that flick is so good, because it applies so much pressure without me even doing that much. How do I even get back to my camera? There we go. But AyyJayy, like I said, he challenges me, and that's the first outcome of that flick, like we were talking about. If your opponent challenges you, you still get a goal. And that's what happens. 6-2 up with 2 minutes 30. You know, 4 goals in 1v1. It's not that many. Still need to play it safe. So AyyJayy here, he misses his touch off the wall, but I know that he can land on this and he'll still have a flip because he's not jumped off the ceiling, so his flip will last forever. That's how Rocket League works. If you don't jump off a surface, you'll have your flip forever. So I know that I have to cover the pinch shot because he can land on this ball and pinch it into my net. So I start covering my net, and as soon as I realise that the pinch shot isn't coming, I can reposition. So this play right here, you guys could be like, oh, he's missed the ball. I fake a touch by boosting and let the ball drop into my backboard. AyyJayy starts using his boost, so he lands with 20 boost. He starts boosting and going supersonic because he's expecting the touch from me to the right side of the pitch. Once he realizes I fake the ball, he has to stop, reposition, and be really awkward now. And what I do is I just barrel through with the 50 here. So if we look again, fake the touch to the left side of the pitch. Sorry, not to the right side. It's AyyJayy's right side of the pitch if we're looking at it from his angle. My left side, we fake the touch to the left side, and then we let the ball go past us to make AyyJayy to put him into an awkward position. We know that he's going to drive past this ball because he's not going to be expecting me to fake this and leave it. The ball bounces over him now. I know I have loads of time because he can't do anything in this position. He's underneath the ball. What can he do? So I know that I've got him on the ropes right now. He's panicking. He's like, oh no, if he goes for this ball, you know, I need to be there to block him. So I'm going to jump. This is what AyyJayy's thinking. I'm going to jump right now because I need to block his hit. He jumps. So what I do is, like we've been talking about for the past, 5 minutes, or for the first goal, it's ironic that I'm going to give you a spoiler. This is the last goal of the game. The first goal of this game, if we look back, if we show the replay on screen right now, if my editor can be a legend, the first goal of this game was I waited for AyyJayy to come down, so he didn't have his flip anymore after he jumped, and then I pushed through the 50 because he can't change his momentum, whereas I can, so I'm going to win the 50. And if we go back to this goal, this replay, we do the exact same thing for this goal right here. If we go back, so we have more time, fake the touch to the left side of the pitch. He jumps. There's a timer in Rocket League. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like just over a second that you have your flip. I wait for that. I go, yep, he's not got his flip now. And now I'm gonna push through the ball because he can't change his momentum. He's just landed, or he's about to land. He can't change his momentum that quickly. He's screwed himself basically by falling for that fake. So all I have to do is push through the ball. I have to boost, I have to flip, I have to gain as much speed as I can to get as much speed change on this ball, or what's the word? Yeah, speed change. I need to change this ball's speed from slow to fast as much as I can because I know AyyJayy won't be able to match that. So I get this ball past him, I use his car to 50 it, and I scull the open net, and that is just going to be game. AyyJayy forfeits with over 2 minutes. It's still an even game. It's 7-2 in ones. You can easily come back with 2 minutes 30. But this was a game where I was very much dictating the play. It was a very one-sided match, and hopefully this replay helped you guys, that want to learn a little bit more in depth. 2 minutes 30 game or 2 minutes 40 game, and we can do 20 minutes or 23 minutes of recording. That really shows the level of Rocket League that you can get to when you properly think about the game, especially 1v1. You couldn't do this for 3v3, but 1v1 there is so many little interactions, there's so many little plays that literally every 3 seconds there's something that you can spend a minute talking about. It's crazy. I love doing this type of stuff, and it's really fun for me. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of this stuff, and if you enjoyed this more educational video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel more than you guys think. The views have been absolutely popping off lately. That's probably like hands off to you guys, or hands up to you guys. You've probably been helping me out by liking these videos, subscribing to me, pushing my channel out there. So whatever you guys are doing, make sure you keep on doing it because it's really helping me out and making me a lot happier. This channel's doing absolute wonders for me right now, and it's really good. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. Hope you guys are too. I'll see you all tomorrow for another daily video. Take care, everyone.